Hello again. We're going to do a review of Silent Hill 3. It is for Raggy. Now I did make a mistake last time and I referred to her as a he. So I do apologize for getting that wrong. Let's go ahead and do a review. Okay, now Silent Hill 3 is the best looking game on the PS2 Silent Hills. The level of detail that went into the environmental monsters I really do appreciate. Now with this game, I really do like some of the things that it brings to mind. It brings up a lot of interesting things. I thought it has a very continual theme of rebirth and a continuous cycle. I really did like the inclusion of the game throws hints at you and things that make you question whether or not the monsters are actually monsters or whether or not there's the possibility of them being human, or at least some of them. Now, the atmosphere in Silent Hill 3 is kind of a much more expanded version of the atmosphere in the original Silent Hill game. You do play as a female character in this one, first for the Silent Hill franchise, and the only one to where you do actually play as a girl. There's a lot of bonuses in this game. You can unlock tons of costumes, weapons, things like that. As far as story goes, it really elaborates and brings to mind a lot of the story that was touched upon in the first game. But I do have a couple of issues with it. The first few areas are just kind of bland, not memorable. And also, I don't really recall seeing very many people wearing these lifesaver kind of vests things. I mean, I guess it makes sense considering she's carrying a lot of items. But when I replay the game, I find myself a lot of the time wearing one of the bonus outfits that you can unlock and such. Now, this being the third Silent Hill game that I did actually play, I found it was getting harder for me to be scared by the games. Silent Hill 3 wasn't as scary for me as the previous two titles. Of course, when you play a game franchise that's supposed to be survival horror, after about the second game, they start having to get to the point where they have to try new things to scare you, which is also one of the reasons I think that they did Silent Hill 4 the way that they did. Now the environment, there's a lot of blood and rust, it's everywhere. The monsters are really creative and unique looking. The main character, she's very, how do I say this, sparky. Kind of a brat sometimes. Not in a bad way though. Now, what I did think was a nice touch was the fact that she had something to say about everything. In the other games, you click on a deal of cigarettes, they say, "I don't smoke anymore." Or, no, actually, they say something along the line, "I don't have a need for cigarettes," or something like that. Whereas Heather will say, "I quit smoking for good this time," or something along that line. Now, Silent Hill 3 is my favorite Silent Hill game. I've played it over 30 times. One time I even beat it as quickly as an hour and 30 minutes. The first playthrough can take you anywhere from 10 hours to 12 hours. I did like the story, I did like the characters, everything. It was just, everything was done very smoothly. It had the proper amount of detail, it had just about everything you could need in the Silent Hill game. So, it is my favorite in the franchise. I really did like it. And I can't talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil any story for anybody who possibly hasn't played it that's interested in playing it. And so that's my review of Silent Hill 3.